Does this apply to you? Have you started growing your own fruit and veg and it's just not taking off? Have you looked to starting a fruit and veg patch but you're not sure where to start? Or you want to start one in 2022? 2022, that's a scary thing to say. In 2022, have you started sort of thinking about it? If any of those three apply to you, you're in the right spot. This can help you out. So we're talking need to knows before you start growing your own fruit and veg. So to help you grow a successful or plan to start to grow a successful fruit and veg patch in the coming year, 2022, here's some things that you're going to need to know and need to think about before you start to set yourself up for success. Because there's nothing worse than ploughing on into something with all the enthusiasm and excitement in the world and then it falling out from under your feet. It doesn't help anybody. There's no motivation involved in that. So the first thing you need to think about is, if you haven't already, look at your garden. Now, when I say look at your garden, look at the soil. What type of soil have you got? Do you know? You can get soil pH testers in garden centres. You can get them on eBay, anywhere. Checking the type of soil you've got will help you decide on what you can grow. In fact, I have got a video which I'll link below on soils. Yeah, check your soil out. Check the pH to know what you're working with. Is it a claggy, heavy soil? Is it really sandy and you need to do something with it? Do you need to condition it up? Is it really good soil and you've got gold and, you're going to be ready to grow? Well, you don't know unless you look at it. So look at your soil. Look at the light levels in your garden. Where does the light fall? Have you got quite a shady garden? Half of your garden gets the sun and half of it doesn't. Look at where the light falls in your garden and that will definitely help know where to start planting stuff. Because fruit and veg, they need at least 8 hours of sunshine a day. They need good levels of sun. They need shelter, which we'll get onto in a minute, but they do need good levels of sunshine. So if you've got half a garden that doesn't get any sun and half a garden that gets full sun most of the day, which side are you going to plant your veg on? Space. What space have you got to work with? Now, if you've got a huge, great garden, you've got orchards and you've got raised beds, you've got a patio area, all that sort of thing. If you've got a big garden, then obviously you've got more options. But if you've got a patio space, not much else, just a little area off your back door, you've got some hanging baskets and some containers, that doesn't stop you growing fruit and veg. It just means that you might have to think differently about what fruit and veg you grow. So work with the space you've got. Don't try and squeeze everything into a small space or spread everything out in a larger space. Work with the area that you've got. And don't overwhelm yourself if you have got a big garden. Just pick a small area this time, if it's your first veg patch, 2 meters by 2 meters square, and then just start off there. And if you like it, if you get on, then increase it year on year. And shelter. If your garden if it's quite open, then you're going to have to watch what you grow in the fact of tall things. You're going to have to support more because generally the wind's not going to have anything to buffer it, so it goes straight through your garden. If you've got a bit of more of a sheltered area in your garden, or your whole garden has got fences all around it and it's all quite sheltered, or if it's a board garden, now that will hold the heat in the garden a bit more, shelter the plants off as well, and it will give you places to train your plants, if you like, if you're a lot of climbers. So yeah, see how your garden lies in the way of shelter, and if it is quite open, maybe think to add some barriers in, even if it's trees and some willow fencing or anything like that. That would just create a windbreak, so it just supports your plants a bit better. Planning your space, it was important for if you've got a patio area. If you've got a big garden, then you're kind of okay. You've got a lot more options, but if you've got smaller spaces, it can be a bit more challenging. If you've got a patio or you haven't got a garden, you've only got a little tiny balcony off your flat or anything like that, you can still grow fruit and veg, absolutely fine. You can get some cracking dwarf tomato plants, or the hanging basket tomato plants, things like that. You can get the miniature corn that I've grown this year. You can literally grow that in a window box. It's ridiculous. So you don't need a massive space to do it. You just need to have it planned out a little bit better. So working with the space that you've got is very important. If you're working with a balcony or patio or window box, anything like that, if you try and select the plants that will fit with the situation better, they'll be much happier, much less maintenance involved, and you'll get much more of a success. Right. This is my favourite one because this is where I started. What do you like to eat? What fruit and veg do you enjoy? And what do you buy in the supermarkets? Generally, or your farm shop, local farm shop, places like that. What do you spend your money on? Because if you pick the foods that you spend your money on, that you know you'll eat and enjoy, if you grow those foods, they will have a double benefit. Because not only would it save you money, because you'd normally be buying them, but you'd get the reward because you're growing that for yourself. You enjoy eating it, and you're going to go out and pick it. It's going to be as fresh as it can possibly be, and you would have grown it yourself. So it's going to be amazing. So if you make a list. I'm a list maker, so it goes naturally for me. I like making lists. So if you make a list of all the foods that you enjoy eating, then pick a few. If it's your first vegetable patch, just pick, 5 or 6 maybe, of different veg and fruit that you enjoy eating. And then say easy ones like peas, strawberries, tomatoes. If you want to stick to salad crops and things like that, because they're so easy and so reliable to grow, that will set you up then, because it'll be so rewarding. It'll boost and motivate you, ready to start and do a few more next year. But if you do, like I do, add one more type of veg in each year and see how they go. If they failed, they fail. If they don't, you've got another one to add to your list. So, and it can encourage you to eat more fruit and veg. It can encourage you to try new fruit and veg as well. If you see something in the seed aisle and you think, oh, that looks interesting, I'll give that a go. You never know. It might be your new favourite fruit and veg. Knowledge, research. Knowledge isn't always our strong point. I don't know everything about all vegetables. I don't know about growing everything. So I have to research stuff as well. Best place to find out about what you're growing is the back of the seed packet. And I think I did a little short on this the other day about what the back of the seed packet tells you. The back of the seed packet tells you an awful lot about how to look after your seeds and the plants when they grow. So they will tell you when you can sow the seeds. They will tell you when to harvest the plants or plant out the plants. They will tell you when to harvest the plants. They will tell you how to look after them, what sort of sunlight they need, what feed they need, that sort of things. So the best place to look to start with is the back of the seed packet. Now, the next place I would look is Google myself. So I've got a lot of books in my bookshelf, and sometimes thinking about where to look first in books can be a bit overwhelming. So I go Google, and then when I've got a bit of information and I'm thinking, no, I need to know a bit more about this, then I'll go to my books. But so for researching, when you're trying to work out what you want to grow and how to grow it, back of the seed packet and Google, best places to start. Absolutely fantastic. After researching is ask people. If you haven't got anybody around you, like in your family or your friends that are experienced gardeners, ask us, the Gardeners membership as well, where I do live Q&A sessions, so you can ask me questions about anything issue-wise you're having in the garden. So I do those weekly in there. So yeah, any questions that you've got, you can ask nicely in there as well. So the key is knowing the veg you want to grow, knowing the veg you enjoy growing, researching them, knowing your garden, knowing the soil, knowing the light, knowing the shelter, and knowing your space. That's really what you need to know to plan it out, to start thinking about things. So use this end of this year to think about what you want to grow, how to grow it, what your vegetable patch is going to look like, how to lay it out, what part of the garden you're going to grow it in for a start, where's the light levels and things like that. So yeah, use the last part of this year to sort of plan it all out and get going, and then look for your seeds, plants you want to grow, and when you need to sow them. So hopefully that will help you. Thank you to everybody who has signed up to the membership so far. If you want to sign up, I will leave a link in the description below, or visit green-fingertips.co.uk/membership for more information. In the membership I offer members only exclusive content, weekly live Q&A sessions to ask your questions about any issues you're having in the garden right now, weekly tips to help you grow and support your garden naturally, and live monthly training to help you grow your natural gardening skills and confidence. So if you want to join up, check the link in the description below. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, show me you liked it, and if you want to see more content like this and catch up with new videos as and when they come out, click here to subscribe and click here for the next video in the run. And I will see you in the next video. See you later.